Fantasy football starts it for Week 8. Expect Kareem Hunt's struggles to continue. The fantasy football regular season is half over, and if you are struggling to make the playoffs or just need a little pick-me-up to get you through injuries or the bye, you've come to the right place. Cutler and Carson Palmer joined Aaron Rodgers on the injury list, taking away two potential roster fillers with the Arizona Cardinals, Green Bay Packers, Jacksonville Jaguars, Los Angeles Rams, New York Giants and Tennessee Titans off this week. That makes for slimmer pickings on the waiver wire, but both the Los Angeles Chargers and Cincinnati Bengals have options available. Subscribe to the Fantasy Football Beat on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. There are, however, some potential pitfalls in Week 8, especially among high-profile players taking snaps for the Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs. The best and worst fantasy football matchups for Week 8. Start. Philip Rivers, QB, Los Angeles Chargers. Rivers completed 15 of 26 pass attempts for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns during Sunday's 21-0 win over the Denver Broncos and gets to face a New England Patriots defense in Week 8 that is allowing 7.7 net yards per pass, the third highest rate in the NFL. The Patriots not only give up yardage, they give up big plays through the air, too. New England has allowed 14 completions at least 20 yards past the line of scrimmage this season. Only the Indianapolis Colts, 20, and Kansas City Chiefs, 16, have allowed more. Rivers, meanwhile, is 7 for 20 with a 3-to-1 touchdown-to-interception ratio on these deep passes, giving him an above-average 102.1 passer rating. Andy Dalton, QB, Cincinnati Bengals. Dalton threw 2 interceptions against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but you could argue neither was his fault. Both were tipped before making their way into the hands of Pittsburgh's secondary. Instead of fearing his poor performance on Sunday, expect a bounce-back effort in Week 8 against the Indianapolis Colts. It's time to trade Texans QB Deshaun Watson, the #1 QB in fantasy football. The Colts are the 6th worst pass defense in the NFL this year per Football Outsiders defense-adjusted value over average, which measures a team's efficiency by comparing success on every single play to a league average based on situation and opponent, and allow a league-high 8.2 net yards per pass, with safety Matthias Farley allowing the most yards per cover snap at the position, 1.52, per the game charters at Pro Football Focus. Plus, Dalton is available in 59% of ESPN fantasy leagues, making him a decent bye-week or injury replacement. LeGarrette Blount, RB, Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 13 points at home over the San Francisco 49ers, indicating Blount could see a lot of carries on Sunday. When Philadelphia is leading, they run the ball 52% of the time, significantly higher than when they are tied, 43%. Or trailing, 35%. The 49ers do have a stout run defense. 60 of the 240 rushes against them have been stopped at or behind the line of scrimmage, but they are also coming off a game in which Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott had 219 yards from scrimmage with 3 total touchdowns. The best and worst fantasy football matchups for Week 8. Sit. Kareem Hunt, RB, Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not saying you should bench the league's top running back, but I'm not saying it, either. The 22-year-old rookie carried the ball 97 times for 609 yards and 4 touchdowns during the first 5 games of the season, adding 166 yards and 2 more touchdowns via receptions out of the backfield. Over the last 2 weeks, however, he has been underwhelming. 227 yards from scrimmage and 0 touchdowns. This week he and the Chiefs will face the Denver Broncos, owners of the top run defense in the NFL this year. Opponents are managing just 3.0 yards per carry, the second lowest in the league, in addition to scoring less than 7.5 points on the ground per game than expected after accounting for down, distance and field position. Jarvis Landry, WR, Miami Dolphins. Landry has been on a hot streak. He caught 7 of 11 targets for 93 yards and a touchdown against the New York Jets on Sunday, giving him 3 straight games with a score. But that was against pass defenses that ranked number 25, number 22 and number 21, respectively, per Football Outsiders DVOA. In Week 8 Miami will be up against the Baltimore Ravens, the number 2 pass defense in the league this season. Only 3 wideouts have caught a touchdown pass against the Ravens this season: Allen Hurns, Juju Smith-Schuster and Michael Crabtree, with only Crabtree scoring more than 14 points in point per reception, or PPR, leagues among that group. Terrell Pryor, WR, Washington Redskins. It's hard for a player to help your fantasy team if they don't get to play. For the first time this season, Pryor played less than half of Washington offensive snaps, lining up just 30 times with 4 targets to show for it, all of them occurring in the fourth quarter in Monday night's loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Josh Doctson, meanwhile, saw a significant increase, and has appeared to be taking center stage in the Redskins' offense. Terrell Pryor, used sparingly Monday night, ponders his future with the Redskins. Read more. The 5 fantasy football moves you need to make for Week 8. It's time to trade Houston's Deshaun Watson, the number 1 QB in fantasy football. Fantasy Football Week 7 top takeaways: Dak Prescott confirms his start.